What if protecting your gut, your immune system, and even your long-term brain health didn't require a complicated diet plan, expensive supplements, or hours of meal prep, but simply came down to remembering one simple number each day? Researchers studying the human microbiome have identified a surprisingly straightforward pattern, one that seems to separate people with thriving, diverse gut bacteria from those whose gut health quietly declines with age. It's not about eating perfectly. It's about hitting one specific target most people have never even heard of. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a simple daily blueprint that could change how you think about every single meal. Let's understand why this specific number matters so much, because the explanation comes directly from large-scale microbiome research. Scientists studying thousands of participants found that the single strongest predictor of gut bacterial diversity wasn't how healthy someone's diet appeared on paper. It was simply how many different plant foods they consumed each week. Specifically, researchers found that consuming at least 30 different plant-based foods weekly was associated with significantly more diverse, resilient gut bacteria compared to those eating a narrower range, even when that narrower range consisted entirely of nutritious foods. This finding surprised many researchers themselves, because it suggested that variety itself, not just individual food quality, plays a uniquely powerful role in shaping a healthy internal ecosystem. Here's where the number in this video's title comes into play, because 30 different plants weekly can feel overwhelming when presented all at once, but breaking it down daily makes it considerably more manageable. This is where the 5-food rule becomes genuinely useful, aiming to include 5 different plant-based foods across your meals each day, covering different categories consistently, rather than relying on the same few foods repeated endlessly throughout the week. Researchers believe this approach works because different plant foods contain different types of fiber, and different gut bacteria strains specialize in breaking down different fiber types, meaning genuine variety directly feeds a wider, more diverse bacterial population rather than repeatedly feeding the same limited group of bacteria capable of processing whatever single food gets eaten most often. And here's where understanding the 5 categories becomes genuinely practical. The first category involves vegetables, and the goal here isn't simply eating vegetables generally, it's rotating through different types and colors regularly. Research has found that different colored vegetables contain distinct plant compounds alongside different fiber structures, meaning a diet consistently including leafy greens, alongside root vegetables, alongside colorful options like peppers or squash, provides considerably more diverse fuel for gut bacteria compared to relying on the same 1 or 2 vegetables repeatedly, regardless of how nutritious those particular vegetables happen to be individually. But vegetables alone aren't enough, because the second category, legumes, brings something entirely different to the table nutritionally. Beans, lentils, and chickpeas are particularly rich in a type of fiber that's been specifically studied for its ability to support the growth of beneficial bacteria associated with reduced inflammation throughout the body. Research examining populations with diets regularly including legumes found notably higher markers of gut bacterial diversity compared to populations rarely including this food category, even when overall vegetable intake was similar between groups. For many people, legumes remain an occasional addition rather than a regular staple, something added to soup once in a while rather than incorporated consistently, despite research suggesting their specific fiber profile offers benefits vegetables alone don't fully replicate. Now here's the third category, one that surprises people specifically because it's often avoided due to concerns about sugar content. Whole fruits, not fruit juice, but whole fruits with their fiber intact, providing a different fiber structure compared to vegetables while also introducing beneficial plant compounds called polyphenols that specifically support beneficial bacterial strains linked to reduced inflammation. Research has found that regular whole fruit consumption, particularly a variety of different fruits rather than the same one repeatedly, correlates strongly with improved gut bacterial diversity, challenging the common misconception that fruit should be minimized due to sugar concerns, when the fiber content fundamentally changes how that natural sugar affects the body compared to processed sources. The fourth category involves whole grains, specifically foods like oats, quinoa, and brown rice, rich in fiber types that specifically feed bacteria associated with producing short-chain fatty acids, compounds studied extensively for their anti-inflammatory effects throughout the body. Research comparing diets rich in whole grains versus refined grains found significantly different gut bacterial compositions between the two groups, with whole grain consumers showing considerably more favorable diversity markers, reinforcing that the refining process removes far more than just texture. It removes much of the very fiber your gut bacteria depend on. And finally, the fifth category, nuts and seeds, often eaten in small quantities but carrying significant impact on gut diversity due to their unique fiber and healthy fat combination. Research examining regular nut and seed consumption found associations with improved gut bacterial diversity and reduced inflammatory markers, particularly when a variety of different nuts and seeds were incorporated rather than relying on just one type consistently. What makes this 5-food approach so significant isn't simply the biology, it's how it reframes an area of health that often feels overwhelming and inaccessible. So much dietary advice arrives as restriction. Eliminate this, avoid that, track everything carefully, and for many people, that constant restriction becomes exhausting, eventually leading to complete disengagement from trying it all. The 5-food rule offers something psychologically different, an approach built entirely around addition rather than elimination, focused on variety rather than perfection. Something that feels genuinely achievable rather than another overwhelming set of rules to fail at maintaining. This matters considerably for long-term health, because gut bacterial diversity has been connected in research to reduced inflammation, stronger immune function, better blood sugar regulation, and even improved cognitive resilience as people age. Understanding that this protective diversity doesn't require perfect eating, expensive superfoods, or complicated meal planning. Simply consistent variety across 5 accessible categories offers something valuable for anyone who has felt like meaningful health changes were always just slightly out of reach, requiring more time, money, or willpower than realistically available. None of this replaces medical guidance, particularly for anyone managing specific digestive conditions, food allergies, or dietary restrictions that limit certain food categories, where personalized professional guidance should always take priority over general recommendations. The 5-food rule represents a helpful general framework, not a rigid prescription appropriate for every individual circumstance. But for most people simply looking for an accessible, sustainable way to support long-term gut health, this approach offers genuine, research-supported value without requiring dramatic lifestyle upheaval. Think honestly about your own typical day right now. How many different plant foods actually make it onto your plate across breakfast, lunch, and dinner combined? Are you unintentionally eating the same handful of foods repeatedly, even if those foods are individually healthy, missing out on the diversity your gut bacteria genuinely need to thrive? Sometimes the most meaningful shift in long-term health doesn't come from finding one perfect food or eliminating entire categories entirely. It comes from simply expanding what's already on your plate, one additional plant food at a time. So tell me, before this video, did you realize plant variety mattered this much for gut health? Or is this the first time you're hearing about the 5-food approach? Explain this clearly. Drop your answer in the comments, because I want to know how many different plant foods you can already count in your typical day.